Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna play some more Knee Deep, a Yandere Danes, and we're here for Yanderes. Last time we did a little bit of Milo's route. There's actually, I think, 3 or 4 routes. So we're gonna do a Tony's route, then Rylee, and we're gonna choose to see what happens if we choose no one. Let's begin. Okay, I do love the customization here. I'm doing freckles. Even though I don't have a face cam, I do have a lot of freckles. It's just the fact that I don't have one and I don't want to spend the money on one. Half the time. Oh yeah, we could... Hair. Oh, yeah, the car wheel. I want to do it this way. I want to be a little bit messy today with the hair. Have some bangs. Outfit. I'm definitely keeping the glasses, even though I do not have to have glasses. I technically do, but they're blue screen. I have not technically worn them in a while. Wait, I have them right here. They're Jujutsu Kaisen. And they kind of look exactly like these. They're like a Ruji glass like design. Confirm. Now we're gonna choose. We just history, so we're now gonna do psychology. Did I do debate or ethics? Ethnics? Yeah, ethnics. Photography, and ecology. I have a dream. I don't know who he is, but he's so gentle, carrying my face as he wipes the blood from my lip. Oh, I love the fact that it's now slows down. He whispers, "Shh." He smiles. A smile is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's better this way. Now, no one will ever hurt you but me. And the terrifying part isn't the knife in his other hand. It's how safe I feel as he twists the blade inside of me.
Hey! Hey, are you alright?
Hey, Milo. My head's spitting open. That's the first thing I feel. A dull, rose ache throbbing behind my eyes. Fragments of nightmares swirl in the fog. The scent of copper. The distorted voice. That's awful bleeding. Red text. My face swims into view above me. Sharp, concerned red eyes. Messy red hair. He's leaning over me. His brow furrowed. He took a pretty nasty spill. Don't try to get up yet. His voice is steady anchored in my desperation. But I can't place his name. It's right there, just out of reach.
You're starting to scare me. How many fingers am I holding up?
He holds up a hand, 3 fingers raised. 3, I'm pretty sure. I blink, trying to focus. 4 no 5. Did I win? How do you know? Who are you? Why are you hovering? He laughs lightly, masking his worry.
Sassy after a head injury. Good sign.
Yeah, good sign. Very good sign. Oh, unless you're actually being serious. Oh no, yeah, I definitely don't have amnesia. Who are you again? Why, because I'm being lazy. She, her. You selected she, her pronouns.
Okay, good. Not totally concussed, just incredibly clumsy. Some things never change, are you?
Nope. Milo, his name clicks into place just as he says mine, the barista, my childhood friend. The memories are still jumbled, but the feeling of safety is immediate.
You were just walking, and bam, folded like a lawn chair. Giving a heart attack. What's the last thing you remember?
Well, there's like, starts talking about a different world because the guy used a guide. I try to think, but all that comes back to is the dream, the words. I had a weird dream. My head hurts. Milo's eyes scrunch up. Then he smiles softened with sympathy. He offers a hand.
Come on, let's get you off the floor.
Milo's grip on my hand is firm. His concern etched into his face. He doesn't let go once I'm standing. I pull my hand back, the movement making the cafe sway a little.
Right, that's it. We're going to the clinic. No arguments.
Never. I run away. He tries to gently steer me towards the main door as I plant my feet.
I'm walking you to the clinic.
And I say no. I can walk. There's only 10 minutes before my shift. There's only 10 minutes before your shift ends. And don't you have other lectures?
Sarah!
He yells over his shoulder to our barista, who's been watching wide-eyed.
Cover for me? Family emergency.
We're not even family.
Sarah! Cover for me?
Is everything...
My friend's fine. Probably. You gotta go.
He doesn't wait for an answer, already staring me towards the door with a hand on my back.
Chip's covered.
You still can't yell family emergency and ditch your job, lectures?
Nah, cancel. Professor's sick. So, you're stuck with me.
Okay, what did you do to make the professor sick? We know you already. I side-eye him. That was especially convenient. Very suspicious. Not buying it.
Lucky for you, you don't have to buy it. My services are free of charge.
Huh, seriously though. I'm not going to the clinic, Milo. Drop it. He studies my face, sees the summer set of my jaw, and finally sighs in defeat, running a hand through his already messy hair.
You are the most infuriating person I know. Fine. I'll walk you to class then.
He crouches down to pick my scattered books. He's moving brisk but careful. As he hands them to me, he lets out a short, frustrated breath.
You're just like your mom, you know that? Stubborn as hell. She'd absolutely hate that you're refusing medical attention.
Are you sure about that? The comment, so sudden and pacific, froze me. It's a low blow, and he knows it. Healthcare's expensive. At least where I am. Wow, bring my mom into this. That's a new low. Whatever.
Whatever me all you want. It's true and you know it. She texted me this morning, by the way. Told me, make sure you're eating something that isn't instant noodles.
Okay. I still eat instant noodles right forever.
My mom told me to try not to burn the cafe down. See the difference in parental expectations?
Yeah. He says it with a watery grin, taking the sting out of his earlier words. It's classic Milo maneuver, pushing a boundary, then immediately smoothing over with a joke. That's how he's always been. They're still texting you? I thought they'd given up on us as a lost cause.
Are you kidding? Our moms live for the weekly. How our kids are failing adulthood updates. I'm pretty sure they have a shared calendar tracking our poor life choices.
What, like our measures? We reach the steps of my building. Milo shoves his hands in his pockets, looking up at it.
You good from here? Promise you're not gonna faceplant the second you're out of my sight?
No promises. None at all. I promise.
Yeah, well, next time you wipe out, I'm just gonna roll you there in a wheelbarrow. See you later.
He gives a lazy wave and turns to leave. I slide to the seat near the back of the hall, a chair creaking under my weight. Professor Eleanor hasn't arrived yet, and the room buzzes with the low chatter of students. My head still throbs, a dull reminder of my crasher landing in the cafe. Needing a distraction, I pull out my phone, thumb hovering over my social media app. My head's still a little foggy. What's my username again? Digital wave. A post from a user named Brew Tell Honesty is at the top of my feed. The pun makes me roll my eyes even as I click on it. The comments were something else. Hypothetically, if someone you cared about was being, I don't know, reckless, self-destructive, and refused to let you help, what would you do? Asking for a friend. Well, Milo, just let it go. Who? No one, for Guy asked. Dude, that's not hypothetical, that's just Tuesday with you. It's not like that, just worried. Sounds like you need to have a conversation. Or kidnap us? Oh wait, you already did. Sometimes I think the only way to keep her safe is to lock her up. Mostly killing, mostly. Locked up? That's taking it a bit far, no? I know something that's off. Something that makes me have a blink twice. I blink again, trying to focus. The man in the front isn't Professor Eleanor. He's scrubbing complex equations I haven't seen since high school. Astrophysics? The wave of hot embarrassment washes over me. Wrong building, wrong class. Entirely wrong hemisphere of campus. Panic ignites my chest. I have to get out of here. In my haste, I stand up. My bag strapped catches on the chair. I yank it, stumbling forward, and sending a chorus of squeaks and shuffles through the quiet room. Dozens of eyes turn to stare. My face burns as I mumble. Sorry. I'm a mess of flustered energy, fumbling with my phone to pull up the campus map. I'm not looking where I'm going at all. I round a corner at a half jog, my eyes glued to the screen. I collide head-on with something solid yet surprisingly soft. I clatter what sounds like a metal pencil case hitting the floor. A sketchbook goes flying, and its pages scattered across the linoleum. We both land in a heap. I'm sprawled half on top of him, my phone skidding away. Wait. I did that one. Frick, sorry, you came out of nowhere. I push myself up, my words dying at my throat, and I finally see the person I've torpedoed. He's a boy with clouded, messy, fluffy blonde hair, and the last most startled eyes I've ever seen, magnified slightly by the pair of crooked, round glasses. This looks like a shoujo anime scene.
No, it's my fault. I was just standing here. Not just standing. I was walking, but I should have. Are you okay? No, it's my fault. I was just standing here. Not just standing. I was walking, but I should have. Are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
He's so adorable. He's talking a mile a minute, his words tumbling over each other. He pushes his glasses back up his nose and looks a look of pure horror dawns on his features as he registers to see a paper around us. He scrambles to his knees, his movements endearingly clumsy as he begins to frantically gather the loose pages. He's oddly protective of them, shielding them from view and trying to smooth out their corners with trembling fingers. Here, let me help you. I reach for a paper near my knee, a beautifully drawn study of a tree, but he practically launches himself across the floor to get it first.
No, please, it's fine. I've got it. Really, they're just a mess. A total mess.
His panic is so genuine and intense, it's almost funny. I hold up my hands and surrender. Okay, I give up. I give him a small project smile. For seconds, he freezes, just staring at me. The pink of his cheeks deepen to a proper blush. He quickly looks down, muttering something. Did you just call me cute?
Just talking to myself. Ignore me.
I'm trying to do different options here. My own heart does a little flip. I gather my things, my mind still racing about being late. In my rush, I skip up a few stray papers near my feet, assuring they're my own printouts. Assuming they're my own printouts, and shove them haphazardly into my open bag without a second glance. I'm really sorry again. I hope your drawings are okay.
It's really no trouble, truly. Are you sure you're alright?
He's now holding his massive sketchbook in his chest like a shield, his eyes full of genuine concern, even though I'm the one who piled him over. I'm fine, just late, bye. I give him a final rushed wave and take off running down the hallway. The image of his blushing, flustered face struck in my mind. I burst through the doors of the correct lecture hall, breathless and feeling like I've just run a marathon. Professor Eleanor is already at the podium, her sharp eyes pinning me to the spot as I sink into the nearest empty seat, my heart hammering a frantic rhythm against my ribs. As I try to slow my breathing and blend into the floor, I risk a glance from the room. There, 3 rows ahead, is a boy from the hallway. The fluffy blonde hair is unmistakable. As if he couldn't feel my gaze, his head snaps up, his wide green eyes scan the room behind his round eyes before they land directly on me. He's here, of course. He's here. This is the art building. I would have just bulldozed an art student on my way to art class. I sink a little lower in my chair, wishing I could disappear. Professor Eleanor's voice cuts through my mortification.
For today's practical, you will pair up. You and Rylee.
My stomach drops. Rylee, so that's his name. Across the room, Riley's head pops up from behind his canvas. He looks less surprised and more like a man who just been handed his own death sentence. He offers Professor Eleanor a week, never smile before gathering his things. He settles into a seat next to me, a little breathless, and carefully avoids my eyes, focusing instead of rearranging his pencils with intense concentration.
Hello again. It's a surprisingly small campus.
His voice is soft, but the nervous tremor is gone. Oh, mine's still there. Sounds like it. I'm really sorry about what happened before. I was seriously lost. His eyes flicker up to mine for a moment before darting away, a shy, grateful smile touching his lips.
It's quite alright. It was certainly a memorable way to start the day.
He peeks at me again, a faint blush returning to his cheeks.
I'm Rylee.
I gather I'm YN. YN, he repeats, the same sounding thoughtful on his tongue. He nods, a small, gentle smile playing at his lips. How did you get here faster than me?
You took the long way here. I thought that you'd know that the campuses are connected since it's already your second week here.
It's only my second week, that's why. Oh. Professor Eleanor's voice cuts through our introduction.
Your project as a pair is to capture your partner's essence. Not just their face, but a sense of who they are. You will each create a piece, and you have 1 week. Use this time to talk, to observe.
The professor examines the assignment in more details. The professor explains the assignment in more detail. As the class takes notes, we are to capture not just our partner's face, but who they are as a person. to try and capture what lies beneath the surface. Rylee's eyes widen slightly at the excitement. A flicker of excitement crosses his face.
So, how should we approach this? Would you prefer to draw first, or shall I? I'm flexible.
We could take turns. Maybe we can meet up in a few days after we introduce ourselves properly. A wave that washes over his face is horrible.
That's a perfect idea. Much more logical.
He takes a visible breath, straightening his glasses.
Proper introductions then. I'm Rylee, first year. Fine arts major with the sculpture focus, though I draw constantly.
It's like he could do, sculpture focus. He could do, also focus on the drawing. Why in first year also fine arts?
I had a feeling. Your style has an artistic feel to it, and I've seen you around, actually. You often read under the big oak tree near the Humanities Building, the west side, where the afternoon light is particularly good.
He likes lighting. Or us. And us. It says it all smoothly, but a telltale pink creeps up his neck, betraying his calm delivery.
I notice light and compositions. It's a habit.
You're very observant.
It has its uses. For our projects, we could meet at the campus cafe in a few days. The light is decent and the coffee is passable. Unless you prefer another location. I'm open to suggestions.
The cafe sounds perfect. Just worry of Milo. The bright, beaming smile he gives me is worth all the earlier chaos. It's pure and unguarded.
Excellent. It's a plan then.
He pulls out his phone. His movements now sure and steady.
May I have your number? To coordinate.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure not to stalk us? I nod to give it to him. He types it in carefully, his thumb hovering over the save button.
And send.
A moment later, my phone buzzes softly. A new text from an unknown number pops up. This is Rylee. I like how we already have his name in the contacts. I can't but smile as I save the contact. I'll see you later then. So soon? Okay, bye. The walk home is quiet. My head literally feels clear. But my phone lights up one too many times. Tall, knowing guy. Are you alright? Sorry, I'm so worried. MF, your cop told me just this morning. Wow, your childhood friend will grow up just to ignore you. I saw your Nerf diapers and you can't do this to me. Hey. Try to ignore him. My phone starts exploding with the sound of the ringtone. I'm getting a migraine from the noise. I should just text him back. Okay, I'm dead already, too late. Hi, dead already. This is Milo. A phone call came my way. A phone call came my way, obviously from no other than Milo himself. I quickly pick it up. Hi, this is dead already. Hello? There's a sharp intake of breath in the other end, followed by a voice I knew too well.
How do you feel?
Dead. Cough.
If you were a better actor, I might believe you. But you're not, so I don't. Nice try. For the record, my sources say you made it to class.
Still wondering what sources you have. Probably a tracker on us. Probably put a chip like a kid. Chipped us.
And apparently caused a scene in the hallway that involved tackling some poor, unsuspecting art student. You really can't go 5 minutes without causing chaos, can you?
Nope. I could practically hear the grin in his voice. Milo Green.
I'm Milo Green when you're mad at me, and low when you like me.
There's a pause. I hear a faint hum and the espresso machine on his end. Someone calling an order in the background. Then his voice dropped a little softer.
You really okay though?
Yeah, I told you, yeah, just tired. I'm still wondering how he's at his job when he was supposed to get off like 10 minutes ago.
Head still hurting?
Like 10 minutes when we were going to class. A bit. It's fine, though. I'm walking home.
Alone?
Yeah?
Nope, absolutely not. Stay where you are. I'll come walk you.
Milo, you're at work.
Just over in 5 minutes. I can make it there in 10.
Was my class 5 minutes long? I can make it there in 10.
Just over in 5 minutes. I can make it there in 10.
Yeah, by running for traffic?
That's what it takes.
You get run over by a truck coon and he's a guy yourself. The silence that follows is intense enough to make my chest tighten. I could hear the faint scrap of his hand over the phone, like it's running it through his hair.
Look, humor me, alright? Just let me walk you home. You passed out earlier.
I'll be fine, it's a 5-minute walk.
That's 5 minutes too many for you to trip over another artist.
Yeah, but I'll get another person from our harem. You're never letting that go, are you?
Not a chance.
He sighs again, a long, exhale that sounds like he's consenting. But I know that tone is the one he uses right before finding a loophole.
Okay, fine. I'll stay on the phone until you're home.
You're kidding.
Step 1 of remote escort duty. Now start walking. Because I can tell you've been in one place this whole time.
Are you stalking me or just psychic now? He's stalking.
I just know how you are. You're probably hovering near the park fountain, pretending to move, but really arguing with me.
Ouch, I've been walking in circles, so...
Same difference. Walking in circles, hovering. You're by the fountain, are you not?
I roll my eyes, but I start moving anyway. My phone pressed to my ear. The evening air feels cool against my skin as the street lamps flicker, one by one. The mile keeps up a steady steam of commentary, half teasing, half concerned.
You should really get that headache checked.
I'll be fine.
Drink water.
Do it.
Lie if you want. But I'll know.
By the way, by the time I reached my apartment door, my head pounding a little less. Okay, I'm home. Mission complete.
See? Wasn't that so hard?
Then I just walk away from the door after I open it, close it. I lock the door and flicker on the light. I don't see a pair of shoes. My roommate's probably not here yet. I'm inside.
Good. Lock the door, okay?
Milo!
Just do it.
I roll my eyes again, but turn the lock.
There. Now I can stop worrying for like 5 minutes.
You worry too much.
Yeah. I know. Not you. Text me if your head gets worse.
Good night, Milo. He doesn't hang up right away. I can hear his quiet breathing for a few seconds longer before the line clicks. I run as fast as possible to my room to get her by the wonderful thing that would never leave my side or betray me, my bed. Finally home. The quiet stretches for a moment before I decide what to do. Or scroll for social media study. I can't let myself go down like this. Why and snap out of it. Pick up your books and study. I sit on my desk, carefully flipping through the pages of my textbook. There weren't any tests scheduled yet, but you just can't be too calm with professors whose favorite part of their day is studying surprise exams. My voice hangs low as I read the first line in the unit we are having in class or in the day. The interplay of light and shadow in Barukiwat not only implies I get startled by the sound of the front door clicking shut. The room is dark, and the only light is pale blue from the streetlights breaking through the window. I fumble for my phone. 7:03 p.m. A heavy tread, familiar and deliberate, moves through the living room. It's Antoni, my roommate. We moved into these dorms 2 weeks ago, when the semester started, and Antoni was just already there. Plot twist, he doesn't even go to school. Here, he just moved in. He's a man of few words, mostly communicating in grunts and mms, but he's a surprisingly good listener when I ramble about my day. Milo, after one brief assessing meeting, has just shrugged and said he seems solid, quiet, which for Milo was a glowing endorsement. He usually comes back at odd hours, and I know almost nothing about him, including what major he even takes or what he does when I'm at school. I shuffle out of my room, rubbing the sleep in my eyes, until he is standing by the kitchen counter. His long hair is tied back, and the intricate sleeve of his tattoos on his arm are in full display. He looks tired. You're back late. He glances over, his expression neutral. Rough day? He gives a short, non-committal grunt, but looks at me clearly, as though waiting for me to tell him about my day. Well, my day was a mess. Passed out at the cafe. My health freaked out. Then I literally crashed into some art student. It's been a day. He listens, a faint hint of smile touching his lips as I describe tackling Rylee. It was more of a reaction than most people got.
Sounds loud.
Yeah. You have no idea. Anyway, I'm gonna try to be productive. Do some laundry. He nods, trying to grab the water from the fridge. That'll be good. Nah. I head to the small laundry basket in the corner of the living room. Mindlessly I gathered my own rumbled clothes from the day. On the wall pallet, I scoop up Anthony's small pile from besides it, and a couple of dark t-shirts and his jeans. What is that? Thought that last time was the last thing got. Not the shirt. The jeans are dark, but the stains on them are darker. Thick, rusty brown smears that flake at the edges. One of the shirts has a large, damp patch on it. Deep, unmistakable crimson that stands out even against the black cotton. Blood. I love it. My sleep-ideal brain short circuits for a second. I stare at the clothes in my hands, then back towards the kitchen. Antonia's leaning against the counter, sipping his water, looking perfectly calm. Antonia? He looks over. I hold up the bloody jeans. What happened here? This is blood. Are you okay? There's a beat of silence. His expression doesn't change, but his eyes flicker from my face to the clothes in my hand. He takes another slow sip of water.
Don't worry about it. It's just work.
What kind of job coats you in blood?
Butcher shop. Messy day. Believe what you want.
Actually, wait, I want work. What kind of work? My mind goes through possibilities. Are you a vet tech? Or like a butcher shop? You never said. He sets his water down and walks over. His movement's calm. He takes the jeans from my hand, examines the stain with a detached, clinical air.
Butcher shop. Messy day.
It says it evenly, but there's a familiarity in his voice. It feels like it's a closed door. He takes the rest of the clothes from me.
I'll handle mine. Don't want to ruin your stuff.
He turns and starts pre-treating the stains at the sink with a quiet focus. He's back to me. The conversation's clearly over. Still, that was a lot of blood. Right, okay. Just be careful, alright? He glances back over his shoulder, and for a split second, I see something unreadable in his eyes before it's gone.
Always am.
The butcher shops use aprons and gear. Why are his personal clothes soaked? Well, because it's not a butcher shop he works at. Definitely. Wait, I should ask him more questions. What do you do for fun?
I like riding on my motorbike. Why?
I don't know. What? Just wanted to ask. You also like those TV dramas. He rolls his eyes and I stare, not expecting that.
Why'd you ask when you know?
Because I let out a short laugh, shaking my head. Fine, I'm done. He gets a satisfied nod and turns back to scrubbing at the stains in the sink. The water runs pink. I quickly separate my own clothes. The bright whites and pastels, a stark contrast to dark, bloody fabrics, and shove them into the machine. The rest of the evening passes quietly. Tony retreats to his room, and I do too. It's way too early. 11:18. It's way too late. 11:18 p.m. I should sleep, but there's no more classes tomorrow. I mean, like, I could just stay up the whole night. Sleep. It's 7 a.m. Okay, I feel energized. I feel amazing. Why don't I do this more often? What else is there to do? There's no classes today, and I don't feel like getting out of bed quite yet. But then my phone lights up in intense and bright red. What the heck? My heart starts to pound. I pick up the device like a bomb. This is very well. Could be with the way it's glowing. I don't think anyone tinkered with our phone, though. As waiting for me, the screen glow begins to fade when I pick it up. No more blinding. I could read the words that appear. It's bold with black background and blood red letters that force me to blink in order to adjust my vision. Welcome, are you ready to play a game? A game? What's this? Some kind of virus? I don't remember clicking any suspicious links. Restart the phone. Right, I'll just reset it. That should fix the problem. I hold the button down until the screen goes black. After a few moments, I turn it back on. Now I'm starting to freak out. The first wave of text fades, only to be replaced with more. You have been chosen. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Are you... All you have to do is agree to my terms of service. Will you say, no, I don't... Wait, I can't click no. Was it not programmed? I'm not talking about the game, I'm talking about the phone. Yes? Good. Good? What's good about this? I didn't even get to say no. At this rate, I start to consider the fact that I might need a new phone. I've never seen a virus so impossible to get rid of. All I could think to do is click through the prompts and hope that they'll stop, or at least let me exit whatever program is causing it. See you soon. My phone turns off. When I turn it on again, everything's normal. I check all the apps, my pictures, my settings, all normal. Exhale slowly, feeling a mix of relief and curiosity. The heck even was that? I shake my head, trying to loosen the creeping feeling of unease building up in my chest. However, it's gone now. I guess that's a good sign as any to get out of bed. What to do next? Clean my bag. Oh gosh, that is my bag. And so incredibly Neat and organized. Okay, we already did stacked with messy. It's technically me. So I'm gonna go with neat and organized. I dig for my bag. I notice a sack of papers that doesn't feel like mine. What the? I hold it up for me to meet my eye. I pick up one. It's a beautifully detailed study of a tree, and there's a sketch of a hand. My memory flashes back to yesterday, crashing into Rylee in the hall. The beautiful, flattering snowstorm of his sketchbook pages. Me scooping up the things in frantic embarrassed rush. Oh no, I took his drawings, and I think I ripped one. I thought it was organized. Let's put the ripped page back together. I do like the little mini games. There. I stare at the repaired drawing in my hands. It's me? Oh my god. I thought yesterday was our first meeting. You must be taking portraits of people around the campus. I don't see anyone else but me. Oh, not now. We're not looking at his actual sketchbook, right? How? I'm gonna say embarrassing. Check my phone. That Brutal Honesty account. Open the app and navigate the Brutal Honesty profile, scrolling through the most recent post. My favorite piece of art is looking a little smug today. Someone should really touch those other brushes to keep their distance. 2 hours ago we were sleeping, Milo. Probably. Saw my person talking to the artist yesterday. The artist today. Composition was all wrong. The frame was all wrong. Something you just have to crop the distractions yourself. Oh, you're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if we're gonna get your ending. If we choose someone else. Someone took a nasty spill. If I find out who left the obstacle in their path, we're going to have a very serious conversation about workplace safety. Let's stop scrolling. A cold feeling setting in my stomach. I keep going. They're back. Fed the neighbor's yapping dog a special treat. The sounds is so much more. Oh, dog. Yeah, Milo. Well, you're a little nuts. There's a particular kind of high you get from watching someone beautiful break. I think most people are too fragile to appreciate the art in the collapse. The city's pigeon population's getting out of hand. Start a new hobby, pest control with a pellet gun. Man, Milo, it's all about the precision. Sometimes I get out food laced with antifreeze just to see which alley cow is the smartest. Spoiler, none of them are. Yeah, Milo, with that right here, and technically the dog part. Not so much okay, I'm joking with but not so much the pigeons. Okay, they deserve love too, but lacing the cat food with antifreeze just to see what happened. You're a special kind of psychotic. The account has so many followers, and for what? People are replying to their posts, acting similar to brutal honesty. Maybe even looking up to him. An odd feeling says my stomach. And what's sad is there's influencers that are like that. People follow them. Just then, the front door clicks open. Heavy, familiar footsteps until he's back. I shuffle out of my room. Disturbing post still fresh in my mind. He's standing by the kitchen counter. His gaze immediately lands on the full, untouched plate of food he left for me this morning.
You didn't eat.
It's not a question. His voice is flat. But I can hear the edge of disapproval. I got distracted, haven't eaten yet. He glances at the clock. It's on the microwave. It's 12:47 p.m. His eyes narrow slightly. I've done worse.
It's almost 1. Your body needs fuel, not just whatever that is on your phone.
I've done far worse. He doesn't wait for an answer. He walks to the fridge, pulls out a grant, and starts moving around in a small kitchen with quite precise practice. The silence stretches, filled only by the sizzle of butter in the pan and the prevent chop of the knife. 10 minutes later, he slides a plate in front of me with at the small table, a perfectly cooked omelet and a slice of toast. Then he pulls back his identical plate for himself and sits across from me.
Eat.
You don't have to cook for me, you know.
I know.
But you're a sweetheart. I take a bite. It's delicious, fluffy, and perfectly seasoned. This is really, really good. You're a great cook.
It's nothing.
You're a great house husband. It's nothing to me. Seriously, appreciate it. He barely misses a beat. His motions to my plate, and the food still left on it.
It's gonna get cold. Eat.
We in silence for another minute.
You're sick.
Sorry, just thinking.
Don't hurt yourself.
I like him. A beat of silence, then I see the faintest, most impeccable twitch at the corner of his mouth. Was that a joke from him? Just as I was about to take another bite, my phone vibrates on the table. Unknown number. I hesitate, then swipe to answer. Hello? A young man's voice, bright and slightly frantic, bursts from the speaker.
Hi, yeah, finally. Look, I've been waiting for over a week. Where is it? The tracking number is useless.
What? I think you got the wrong number.
No, this is the contact for Sparkle Maid Services, right? I ordered the deluxe package, a black lace trim, very specific instructions.
Yeah, I don't think I make maid outfits. Sparkle Maid? No, this is my personal number. You got the wrong person. I don't own a maid outfit, and definitely don't sell them. There's a pause on their end.
Wait. Seriously? My bad. The website was sketchy anyway. Sorry to bother you.
In the background, Anthony, having finished his food, stands up and takes his plate to the sink.
Want some tea?
His low mumbling voice is unspeakable, even from a few feet away. There's a sharpened take of breath on their end of the line.
No way. Was that Tony?
My blood runs cold. Tony? Nobody calls him Tony that. Who is this?
Who do I think it is? From Pebblestone? The one who face planted in the cafe and then tackled Rylee?
Yeah. My jaw drops. How does he know all that? How do you...
Small campus. And Tony's voice is memorable. Well, look, this is too perfect. I'm Cal. We've got like 3 mutual friends. Tell Tony his favorite comp sci major says hi.
I look over at Tony, who's now leaning... I look over at Tony, who's now leaning against the counter, arms crossed, watching me with deeply amused expression. He's clearly heard his name. He says he's Cal, your favorite comp science major. Until his expression darkens, he lets out a short, weary sigh that speaks volumes.
I heard that. Rude. Don't hang up, you. This is a way better connection than I'm made out of it. Well, we should totally hang out.
I caught between confusion and laughter. This is the weirdest wrong number call I've ever had.
Stick with me. It won't be the last. See you around. Oh, and tell Tony I expect my damn maid outfit.
I don't think he makes damn maid outfits. Good luck with that. The line goes dead. I left staring at my phone. Then I Tony, who looks like he's just been into a woman. So, Tony, huh?
Don't ask.
And Tony's definitely ignoring my insinuation instead of moderating in my direction.
Hand me your plate.
I'm left to tidy up all the plates while Tony jiggling washes them. Not as long as complaining, crossing over, even though he cooked the dishes well. As I'm putting the last plate in the drying rack, my phone buzzes in my pocket, then buzzes again and again. By the way, this is Cal. Saved your number, just so you know. Also tell Tony the black lace is non-negotiable. So, you and Tony roommates, huh? That's interesting. Very interesting. Are we gonna be in there Yandere is it gonna be in there Yandere if the Kickstarter goes way up? I think to 80,000. Anyway, you seem fun. We should definitely hang out. I know all the good spots on campus and all the gossip. Just saying. Because I would love to see him as a route. I can't help but laugh, shaking my head. Your friend Cal is persistent. Until he doesn't even turn from the sink, his shoulders tense slightly.
He's not my
I retreat to my room for the rest of the afternoon, letting the weird energy of the day settle. I scroll through my phone, half-heartedly attempting to read it for class, and eventually just end up watching videos. A few hours later, Tony wordlessly leaves a container of leftover pasta and a fork outside my door. No note, just a quiet tap to let me know it's there. I eat at my desk. The food is simple but good. The next text from Cal sits open on my screen. A bizarre, cheerful punctuation mark in the day that has started with such dark thoughts. As I turn off the light, my phone lights up one last time. Ding, ding, ding. Really, is that... It's the middle of the night. I groan and sink deeper into my pillow. My back protests with a dull ache. Serves me right for skipping stretches all week. Mom would have a field day if she saw me like this. The noise comes off again. What app even sounds like that? I haven't downloaded anything weird recently anyway. Another weird virus? Wait, it's just an email? I squint at the bright red glow from the screen. Not again. No, I'm not going to ignore it. It's just an email this time anyways. I toss my phone onto the bedside table and roll over. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, come on. I sit up, hair sticking in all directions, glaring at the screen like it's personally insulted me. It kinda did. Our sleep schedule. My inbox flashes from unread email until one line catches my eye. The game has begun. I blink, then read again. The words don't disappear. The email reads. Subject: graduations. You've been chosen to participate in a fun new game. You have many secrets, admirers, lucky you, and because you're so gracefully accepted the terms of service, now you will be bestowed with the power, aka highly sophisticated fetching tracker, that installed onto your smartphone. The moment you open the app, you're welcome. Power, HeartEcho. Function, the ability to sense whoever loves you so deeply that they'll commit RP for your sake. It also includes a short profile of your target. You are the one who's been waiting. You're the one I've been waiting for. If you have any questions, You may not call me mistress like that. Yeah, sure, totally legit. From my eyes and scroll down. It looks ridiculous, yet one line echoes in my head. And because you're graciously accepted the terms of service, now you will be bestowed with power, aka the Highway Certificate Fetching Tracker. That was installed onto your smartphone the moment you opened this email. Wait, what? No. Tell me I didn't. I flip on the home screen, and there is a deep red icon going like it owns the place, HeartEcho. I shouldn't open it. Opens anyway. I really shouldn't open it. Curiosity wins. The app opens. Welcome. Thanks for your participation. Below is a list of those who would commit RP for your sake. Ranked from most assessed to relatively sane. Milo Green, Rylee, Sinclair, Unknown, and Tony Hayes. Legal disclaimer: HeartEcho is not responsible for any crimes or passion committed in your honor. By using this app, you assume full responsibility for all outcomes. P.S. For the sake of your own safety, HeartEcho advises that the existence of this application remains a secret, or else who knows what might happen. Good luck. Now it's some Milo. He's probably behind this prank has to be. Or maybe Rylee or Mom. No, that's insane. We only just met Rylee. Over my temple, my brain spinning. You got to be kidding me. Who is this unknown? Why is Dunya on this list? And last of all people. And Milo. Does that mean he's actually a Yandere? Someone's clearly not has too much time on their hands. I'm sure it's just an elaborate prank, right? Nope, not thinking about this. I'm sure it's just an elaborate prank, right? I flip onto my bed, face buried in plushies, heartbeat loud in my ears. Whatever I did in my past life, it must have been something serious. Sleep finally wins, pulling me under before I can spiral into conspiracy territory. Pancakes. I mumble slowly, sitting up in my bed. What time is it? I reach for my phone, blinking slowly as my eyes adjust to the sunlight sleeping through my blinds. Wine, wake up.
Wake up. You're late for class, I think.
I won't say it again.
Hey you, wake up. You're late for class, I think. I made you pancakes.
Aw, sweet. He yells out from the kitchen. I slap myself awake and run over. Want to sing to Antony. Well, he sits down to eat. I sit across from him to have breakfast as well, just like we've done for quite a while. I take in the view of pancakes that stand right in front of me, the maple syrup making the pancakes shine as if they were for a commercial. Means he did it really well because those commercials, they actually made the food actually inedible, like paint, using paint or glue and stuff like that to make it look better than what it normally would actually look like in real life. My hands leap to dig into the food. Frick, I'm starting to drool. I need to act fast. My fork stabs to the soft golden brown pile, taking a huge chunk out of it. I chew slowly, making sure to savor every last piece of it. I look back up to Antony, who's particularly nibbles on his food. So good. Last night's memories suddenly flooded in my brain. I have to confirm that whatever's happened last night was indeed true, so I'm determined to do anything necessary to prove it. Hey, Tony, let's say I heavily get hurt. What would you do? Tony pauses mid-bite, fork hovering in mid-air. His dark eyes shoot up to meet mine unnerving gaze. His expression is almost unreadable for a couple of seconds. My own surprise, he just smiles. The corner of his mouth twitches at my words. Is he enjoying this?
It depends. What are you talking about? Let me think. Physical, emotional.
Both.
Someone saying your outfit's ugly.
My shoulders tense up in response. I chuckle, trying to play off what I said as a joke. No silly questions.
I don't like violence, but if it happened, I'd make sure they regret it. I'm sure it'll never happen, though. Right?
Yeah, right. And I see the room slowly close in on me. Breathing became more of a struggle as the seconds passed. I feel the air running out of my lungs as if I were choking. I managed to cough out as they just chuckle, my fingers gripping the tablecloth. You're serious, aren't you? It's good to know I got someone on my side. I did that one. Good thing no one's after me then, huh? Antonio's eyes narrow. His eyes roam over me. It almost feels as if he can see right through me.
You're perfectly safe here. No need to worry.
'Cause he'll have the knife ready. Later that morning, I meet up with Rylee at the art studio. The sunlight filters through the tall windows, bathing the room in soft light. He's already there, sketching on a large canvas. His golden hair catches the light, giving him an almost ethereal glow. I pause for a moment, considering him in a sketch I saw. I think about how it was probably nothing concerning, and how if I'm wrong, then acting coldly towards him will only make things worse.
Hey, you made it.
He doesn't look up. A small smile playing in his lips. I set my bag down, suddenly nervous. Yeah, sorry I'm late. Riley looks up then, his sharp green eyes locking onto mine.
You're not late. I just like being early.
He gestures to the seat beside him. I hesitate before sitting.
So, I'm guessing you haven't had time to think much about our project yet.
Nope. I've been busy, okay? Riley laughs softly. The sound surprisingly warm.
Hey, no judgment here. Work piles up. I get it. Don't worry. We'll figure it out.
We work in silence for a while, but I can't stop sneaking glances at him. He seems so focused, so confident in what he's doing. I, on the other hand, feel completely out of my depth. After a while, Riley breaks the silence.
Are you okay? You seem distracted.
I nod absentmindly. We spend the rest of the afternoon searching symbolism in flowers, and Riley's enthusiasm is contagious. He has this way of looking at art that makes even the simplest details feel profound. You know, you remind me of this flower. He blinks.
What?
I shrug, a soft smile on my lips. Strong, vibrant, and hard to ignore. His cheeks heat up, and he quickly looks away.
You really think so?
I do. My voice is quiet but stern. When the session finally ends, Riley reaches into his bag and pulls out a small notebook.
Here, take this. It's got some notes and sketches I made for our project. Maybe it'll help if you get stuck?
Yeah, but it's all pictures of me. I'm about to turn and leave when the voice cuts through the hallway.
Oh, look who it is. The man, the myth, the maestro.
The guy with a sharp, knowing smirk leans against the wall opposite to the door.
Cal, what are you doing here? What? I can't visit my favorite artist? Anthony hates me too much to hang out, and Milo's been hovering around our friend here like a particularly anxious hawk.
I keep calling him a Tony, instead of Anthony. And I know people are named Anthony.
Figured I'd ambush the one friend I have left.
I just want to give him make him like I'll give him as like a more Hispanic name instead. His eyes, full of playful curiosity, land squaring on me.
And you must be them. Riley's new project partner.
And Anthony's roommate. He says last two words with a tasing lip that makes Rylee blush.
Don't look so startled. Your reputation precedes you. I'm Cal. We sort of met over the phone.
Yeah, I remember. The wrong number call, the maid outfit. It all clicks into place. Right, the deluxe package.
See? You remember. Anyway, I won't keep you. Just wanted to finally put a face to the name. See you around.
With a final link, he pushes off the wall, saunters down the hall, and leaves a slightly flushed silence in his wake.
Sorry about him. He's, a lot.
Maybe just a little. The day passes in a blur. My class is offering a little distraction from the chaos spinning in my head. By the time class is end, I'm exhausted, but still restless. My phone buzzes with a call from Milo. Hurley. I pick it up. Sure, usual spot. Under the soft glow of the streetlights, Milo's already waiting on the bench while I arrive. He has a cup of coffee in one hand and his usual lopsided grin on his face.
You look like you haven't slept.
His tone is teasing, but his eyes are full of concern. Thanks, just what I needed to hear. He chuckles, but the humor quickly fades.
Seriously, you. What's going on? You've been distant.
I glance at him. My heart sinking. Milo has always been able to read me too well, and now, with the app's results fresh in my mind, I feel like I'm walking to a tightrope. Well, technically we are. How am I supposed to act normal when he is literally ranked on the top of the list of people willing to RP for me? Your hair's gonna turn gray from worrying so much.
Then so be it. You sure you're alright?
Yes, I fight to look normal. De-edging up a soft smile from the depths of my heart. Yeah, fine, just school, you know, the usual. Miles studies me for a long moment, then nods slowly.
If you say so.
The silence that follows is almost comfortable, save for the nagging thoughts in my head finally I pour out. Milo, do you think it's weird, I don't know, to do extreme things for someone you care about? His brows furrow.
What kind of extreme things
Are
are we talking about?
RIPing people. I hesitate. Like fighting for them, protecting them, that sort of thing. My expression softens and he leans forward, resting an elbow on his knees.
I think if you care about someone enough, you do whatever it takes to keep them safe. It's not weird. That's just love.
The words hang in the air between us, heavy and unspoken for so long that it almost feels foreign. My chest tightens and I look away, staring at the darkened trees. Right, love. Miles straightens, his gaze still fixed on me.
You. Is there something you're not telling me?
Nope, nothing at all. I sigh and shake my head. It's nothing, just a lot on my mind. His voice is quiet, but his eyes tell me he doesn't believe me. When I arrive home, I merely look through my notes, not on subjects I have to study, but about the 4 people listed in the HeartEcho app. I know I shouldn't play into it. Clearly, it's a elaborate scam or some wild attempt to steal my data. But seeing everyone's name on there and how detailed the information is, I can't myself. RP though, is it really possible for them to do such a terrible thing? Only one way to find out. I crossed off the unnamed person and tried to focus on theirs. Mel, my protective childhood friend. Rylee, my shy project partner. And Anthony, my closed-off roommate. The name that triggers me the most is Anthony. My hands are shaky enough that it takes a couple of tries for my fingers to properly tap the button on screen. Anthony. I chose Anthony. HeartEcho mentioned he was roughly the same and the least likely to RP in my name. I don't know him super well, but he's been a perfect roommate so far. Respectful, dependable, and willing to meet me halfway with all the course around the place. Well, if you ignore how often he hogs the washing machine, it's kind of intimidating, though. So sometimes I'm not sure what to say to him, or even if he wants to talk at all. Or maybe the scales are so screwed that having the lowest fret level still means he's just a fret. He's just a fret. Well, I think last night just took a top spot on my worst sleeps ever leaderboard. Somehow I managed to cobble a few hours of sleep together. As I sit up and stretch, I feel like my body forgot to do any real resting. Throughout the thoughts about HeartEcho, the range things I read on it, keep bouncing around in the corners of my mind like those retro DVD screensavers. All the frantic pacing around my room must have tuckered me out because my body hits the bed before I can even process what's happening. 2 firm knocks rap against my door. I jolt into the air, muscles seizing. I barely managed to hold in an undignified yelp. You aren't gonna snooze that alarm a 5th time, are you? Anthony. At the sound of his voice, the cavalcade of emotions I felt last night flood back into me. Is he dangerous? Dap says so. And am I even safe in my own dorm anymore? Dreamland's closed for the day. Come on, get something for you. I got something for you out there. He sounds just like he always does. I shake my head, hoping it'll clear my thoughts. I might be putting too much stock into the random malware that installed itself into my phone. It's curiosity that grants me the strength to emerge from my blanket cocoon, and outside I spot Anthony lounging on the couch, nursing a drink. Something hot, judging by the little trails of steam wafting up from the top of the mug. There you are. Here, sit, drink. I pad my way over to the couch, footsteps muffled by fuzzy socks, and take a seat next to my roommate. It's hot here. I'll hold the front. You can grab the handle. Anthony gingerly hands me a hot mug of coffee. The mug is small, a fact I register on my hand as my hand brushes against Anthony's to secure it. I almost drop the tiny thing when I feel how hot his fingers are, nearly scaling as he holds the mug steady for me. Thanks. I'm gonna need this if I aspire to be anything more than a zombie shambling around the campus today. Anthony lets out a firm grunt as I bring the caffeinated goodness to my lips and make a positive noise of my own. This is pretty good cup of coffee. Like this? Like that? Like it? It's perfect. How do you guess the right amount of milk and sugar to add? Anthony shifts on the couch. You mentioned your coffee order during one of your post-class rambles. Empathize with that in mind. Oh, I didn't think Anthony really paid much attention when I went on about my day. I don't even remember when I told him that little tidbit. We didn't. That's a plot twist. Mission accomplished then. This is delicious. Maybe I could save a few dollars and skip the cafe every now and then and have a barista living in my dorm. Since I have a barista living in my dorm. Don't let Milo hear about that. I could grab some nicer ingredients if you want. Flavor syrups, better grounds, that sort of thing. I think I'll like that. And you might too. I mean, black coffee? A little sweetness won't kill you, you know. Tastes alright. It works. Never needed it to try anything else. I make a face. I didn't like it at first either. Too bitter. But I kept trying. Everyone goes crazy for this stuff. I wanted to know why. I found out eventually. Once you overcome the bitterness, there's all kinds of notes. Nuts, chocolate, spices. They're faint, but there. Coffee's complex instead of appreciating it. People do it those flavors. They brute force the bitterness away with sweetness. Do you blame them? Do you blame them? I like my creamer with a little bit of coffee. I mean, the creamer, having a little bit of creamer does help with having milk intake, right? I think this is the most Anthony ever saying. I think this is most Anthony has ever said to me. I want to keep the moment going, but a horrible realization hits me. The fact that you got all of this from instant coffee is seriously impressive. I still think it's worth introducing you to all the delicious flavors of the chocolate factory, Charlie. But maybe later. I like the reference. Looking at my phone reminds me of how close I'm getting it before my next class. It might have been right about all that snoozing. I'm gonna have to book it before to make it to class on time. It pains me. I get up from the couch, scanning for my book bag. Wait, you didn't eat any? No time. The coffee will stain me. Trust me. It definitely will. Nope. I can almost hear Anthony's eye roll as I race to grab my bag and rush out the door. By the skin of my teeth, I make it to my art history lecture on time. If I didn't have any caffeine pumping through my system, I probably would have passed out from exhaustion with how fast I sprinted onto the campus. I probably would just have an asthma attack, even with the caffeine. Professor Lane lets out his exaggerated sigh as I entered the lecture hall. I do my best not to make direct eye contact with. I do my best not to make direct eye contact with anyone as I skimp towards the only empty seat in the lecture hall. As I settle in, I hear a familiar laugh. Someone's a little tardy to the party. Miss your alarm? Or did our favorite brooming Doberman reveal himself to actually be a yapping little chihuahua? Can't imagine Anthony as a chihuahua. But but we did sit and enjoy some instant coffee together for a bit before I snoozed my alarm one too many times. Together for a bit after I snoozed my alarm one too many times. Milo raised his eyebrow, dumbfounded expression forming on his face. He gave you some that bitter burnt sludge, and you drank it willingly? Is everything alright in that dorm? Should I alert the authorities or something? You probably kidnap us. I should have guessed the homebrew coffee wouldn't be Milo's cup of tea. I shuffle a laugh at the thought. He's such a coffee snob. He hasn't tried my coffee. No, not all of us have round-the-clock access to $10,000 miracle machine, Milo. Besides, I certainly wouldn't taste any sludge underneath the cream and sugar Anthony added. It was a cafe quality latte, true, but I made the most out of what we had lying around in the dorm. The gesture was sweet enough. He's like, no, you're mine. Milo doesn't look convinced. Mike drops the subject in favor of Professor Lane's lecture. I fall suit, jolting down notes on the fresh page in my loose leaf. The use of shadow, the negative space, can amplify the intensity of light in a painting's composition. Composition. The technique is called, not even gonna butcher it, and is more strongly associated with barbecue period. After I finish my classes for the day, I head over to the park near the edge of the campus. Most people prefer to study at the cafe or the library. I'm a fan of those spots too, but sometimes they feel, well, claustrophobic. The frantic energy oozing from everyone can be overwhelming. There's a chill in the air today, which means the park will be mostly empty. On days like this, I can imagine the park is a secret oasis only a small handful of students know the way to. I pull out my sketchbook, eager to try out some blank style shading myself. A quick scan of the area reveals my subject for the day. A majestic willow tree. As I make to put pencils to paper, I feel something brush against my leg. Ah! I jump from the bench. My sketch pad flies from my hands and flumps onto the grass. The sound triggers something in there. Some leaves rustle under the bench. Pigeons, maybe? Or a rabbit? I lean down to investigate and find a cat. Look for the collar. Did someone lose their cat, or am I dealing with stray? I ponder a question as I inspect the cat's neck for any sign of a collar. Nope, no collar in sight. A stray is then. Might not recognize commands I tried to give it. It's a cat. It's not gonna listen if he even knew commands. Sure, you problem the cat. Oh, that's not gonna work. Psst, psst. Find something to bribe the cat with. Animals like food, right? I rummage inside my bag for a suitable offering. The cat hisses at the sound of the bag zipper opening, but watches on. A growing horror builds in me as I search my pocket after pocket, only to find one or two candy wrappers in my bag. I wonder. I take out one candy wrapper and close my palm around it, offering it to the cat. The cat's gonna chew it. Some cats chew plastic and wires. The cat sniffles the air, intrigued. Bingo! The wrapper quickles in my hand, and sure enough, the cat eventually emerges from under the bench. The cat moves to me, interested in the treasure I got tucked in and clenched in my palm. I'm able to pet the creature a few times before it realizes it's been duped. Bench now cat-free, I grab my sketch pad off the ground and sit back down. No, I'm taking the cat with me. It's like, cat, you're now mine. My cat now. Back to more important business. Drawing a moody willow tree with some barbecue flair. It takes a minute to get in the zone, but before I know it, my pencil begins gliding along the surface of my notebook. Like a breeze against the willow leaves. At some point, the cat joins me on the bench. I welcome the company. It's my cat now. I stay in the crave flow for who knows how long until the breeze it turns a little less gentle. The paper in my sketchbook flips radically as the wind buffets the tree. As if a kern is being drawn, the willow leaves part to reveal a figure lounging on a heavy branch near the tree's trunk. Is that Anthony? I hold my breath, willing the wind to pick up again. Sure enough, it's him. He's laying on the branch, one arm folded above his head, and the other clenched something in his chest. I see wires falling into the pair of earbuds and a sports ball resting on the foot of the tree. He must be listening to some music on his phone. I can't but wonder what genres he likes. Maybe something grungy? Rock, metal, alternative? It depends on the rock. Or perhaps he's the type to listen to stuff no one would expect, like bubblegum pop. Or all of it. All of the above. I started out my raving. When a soft voice breaks through the wind song. Ah, sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I figured you'd hear me coming from with all the leaves crunched to get to the bench. Mind if I sit? Sure. If it's as much your property as mine, there's plenty of room for us, for two. I scoot over a touch and move my backpack to the ground to give Rylee some space. The cat, as she I discovered, repositions herself onto my lap. She's my cat now. Rylee smiles graciously before joining me on the bench. It's funny, sometimes I see you out here as I walk to class. I'm happy to finally caught you when we're both free. I don't know Rylee well yet, but something about the way he tilts his head towards me and how he fiddles with his fingers creates this odd sense of calm within me. Weird, because Rylee looked almost ready to bolt away like a spooked gazelle. It's nice, is all. I like to come out here for inspiration as well. The park is different every time you visit. The slow yet energetic and the flow of nature. A whole society constantly shifting all around us, almost maddening. How nothing here is ever completely how you last left it. We are all never-ending fluctuation. As our job is to put the pin in the butterfly, to stop time, to halt change, or to capture. Or just make stick figures. Rylee suddenly stops talking, a realization drawing on him. He hides his face in his hands. Oh gosh. I'm doing that pretentious artist ramble thing again. I really have to ring in, sorry. I don't mind. I never gave much thought as to why I'm always drawn here, but your take on it makes a lot of sense. Thank you for being kind to me, kind about it. It's still a jarring thing to do unsocialized, unsocialized. I'll work on it for next time. We sit in comfortable silence for a few moments, enjoying nature's never-ending fluctuations. Rylee glances over to my notebook. A figure study, I take it. Might be a sketch. Calling a figure might be a stretch. Calling a tree a figure. No, silly. I'm talking about the human person you drew, not the tree they're sitting on. Oh, would you look at that? I did draw someone in a tree. Have you ever zoned out hard you drew something you didn't realize it? Happens to me all the time. Part of the fun of looking back for my drawings and discovering pieces I don't remember working on. We shared the understanding giggle at that. It's like, no, I just blanked out completely. Rylee opened his mouth to say something, and that's when a highly volatile when something was thrown when a object hits him square in the jaw. I think that was from Anthony. Ouch! Rylee, are you okay? Where did the soccer ball come from? My attention is squarely equally split between trying to help Rylee pull himself back together and checking to see if more flying balls are heading our way. Should we get you to the nurse? Your face is pretty wet. Rylee's interrupted a second time. Sorry, you? Rylee! Right, my bad. Got a bad angle on the ball. Swayed somewhere. Are we sure about that? Pretty sure you did it on purpose. Anthony glances at Riley's rapidly swelling face. Somewhere it was supposed to go. It was supposed to go somewhere even worse. We need to get some eyes on you. Like now, before your face flows up. Hey, Ryan, I think you might be right. Mind waving away? I think I'm starting to lose vision in my one eye. You'll be fine. Swelling should go down in a day or two. If you're constant with the ice. Let up, though. It might come back to bite you. Are you secretly majoring in medicine, Anthony? We never knew what his major is. Nah, just get hit in the face more than most. Rye's mouth starts working like he'll get a retort ready. You should. Hey, make a new friend. Anthony's gestured towards my feline companion. I think we built a nice rapport. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Cats are cool. Chill, mellow fellows. Stinging. Won't it stop stinging? Mentally facepalm. Riley needs help. Wow, you guys know what time it is? The family time. Bye, Anthony. Maybe put the bulb away for today. I'm taking the cat with me, though. I give the cat a few last scratches before helping Rylee to defer me. No, I'm taking the cat with me. After getting Rylee some medical attention, and shuffling through my evening classes, I finally arrived back at my home base for the semester. As I opened the door, I'm greeted by a familiar musk of greasy food and droning static of talking head coming from a TV. Oh hey, welcome back. There's some takeout in the fridge. I didn't finish it, if you're hungry. Anthony calls from the kitchen. He's hunched over the table, back, facing me, fiddling with something. Ordering. I'll say your leftovers are your problem. But I'm still a little hungry, even after nibbling on some food on campus. I make my way to the kitchen, fetching to-go box from the fridge and popping into the microwave. 1 minute and 30 seconds should do the trick. As the machine warm light turns on and starts humming, I turn to face Anthony, who has relocated to the living room. That once again turned to me. Did someone accidentally hit you on the face with a soccer ball too? As if I never let myself get so engrossed in conversation that I completely miss a projectile flying right for me. A light bulb hums to life in my mind. I grab one of the takeout menus off the fridge and fashion it to a crude paper airplane. With a silent grace of assassin, I launch the weapon to Anthony. In a direct hit, Ryan the Jaguar. Anthony winces as his hand shoots up from the corner of his neck and cranes his neck to glance at me. Nice shot, sharpshooter. Didn't think you had in you. And point taken. In that position, I could see that he got a dirty cloth in his hands. There was shape of something underneath it. Gonna share what's got you focused over there? I wasn't planning on it, no. The microwave beeps loudly. I sighed to myself, spinning around to grab the remnants of Anthony's dinner and join him on the sofa. He shuffles, eyes darting in the direction of his room before running back on me. Might be smarter to have done this in my room. I was trying not to freak you out. Don't freak out, okay? It's just a prop. That's totally for sure not the obvious thing to say, but I'll do my best. I steel myself as Anthony removes the cloth to reveal I'm gonna say pew pew, because YouTube's guidelines. That's a pew pew. It's so funny saying that. Instead of, G-U-N. Yep, like I said, it's not real or anything. Replicas sometimes look realer than the real thing nowadays. Like, are you sure about that? They all look the same. Yes, but I got it from the film department for a project. A personal thing. Directed study. Professor Eleanor is helping me out. Perfectly harmless to you. I can make sure you don't see it again, though. Fake or not, I know this kind of stuff can make people not feel safe. Well, you're my roommate, so it'd probably make me feel more safe. You are safe here, for the record. That's not something you should worry about. Everyone else should probably worry about you. I don't have any reasons to think otherwise, but thanks. So you borrow a prop gun. I'm curious. Why do you have it here? Thought it would be rude to return it so dirty, see? He held up the piece of cloth. Black stains discolor the otherwise white sheet. Soot collects inside. Can damage the gun. Can damage the pew if you leave it sit in there too long. The things actually were shoots? Well, I mean, yeah, they even fake ones do. Enough to look realistic. Yeah, even fake ones do. There's times where people actually died with prop pew-pews. I'm not a pew-pew expert. So funny. So I take Anthony as words, and I'll say the pew-pew is making me a little bit nervous. I crack my brain for a topic change. I can't keep myself straight. I can't stop laughing when I have to say that because YouTube guidelines. Anthony covers the pew-pew with the cough again, and Worsley hits it to his room, and lacks onto the couch. TV broadcast. 82nd Street. The victim who had been identified. Anthony re-enters our common space. Can't eat? Oh, the leftovers. I should eat some. Hopefully it hasn't gone cold. I think as I bring a forkful to my mouth. TV broadcast. 3 wounds in the chest area. Police believe came from a pew-pew fire. The investigation remains ongoing. Pretty sure we're looking at the person who exiled them. The food is ice. The food is ice on my tongue. I barely managed to resist the urge to spit out the cold cardboard rice in my mouth. TV broadcast. Contestant number 1. Behind one of these free currents is a new car. Can you guess which? Want me to heat that back up? Sure. Probably should have left it there longer to start with if it's got cold that quick. And if he drops off the reheated leftovers and leaves me alone with the TV. A game show lights up the screen, and he must have changed channel. That's kind of him. Yeah, he doesn't want us to see what he's been up to. His extracurricular activities. Hearing about all the misfortune I was lucky to avoid on any given day makes me go nuts after a while. I try my best to focus on the charismatic show host. Anything to take my mind off of pew-pews and RPs. Eventually I crawl into bed, but once again sleep rest just out of my reach. After a fake pew-pew, the news broadcast, even Rylee coming over to join me in the park, I can't stop feeling the sensation of danger working around every corner. My nerves are wounded up so tight I might just explode. I start to feel lightheaded, and my room feels especially cramped all of a sudden. I head to the kitchen to grab some water. It's dark as I make my way through the hall. Before I reach the kitchen, I notice something odd. Why do I hear metal clicking against metal? Almost like someone's trying to break the lock to the front door. I can retread towards noise. My hands fumble against the wall for the common room light. God, in an instant, the room is illuminated, and the sight that greets me is the last thing I expect to see. Anthony sits in a chair in the middle of the space, hands cuffed behind him. Wait, that can be right. Kind of sneaky when you want to be. Not that I didn't hear you coming. Your footsteps are light and a little hesitant, like you almost want to double check each step you take. I don't think I know how to respond to anything happening right now. Anthony cracks a smile at that. Why are you handcuffed? Sorry, I want to say something, but I couldn't figure out what. Or I should say something, or if I should say anything at all. Thought speaking up in the dark might make things worse. I think you're onto something there. I probably would have screamed that so loud our neighbors would feel compelled to call the police to help me, or just file a noise complaint. I can't say. The girl in 2-1B terrifies me. Though, I gotta ask, what exactly is going on here? Handcuffing yourself to the dark in the dark is a little odd. You have to admit. No argument for me. Couldn't sleep with zombie. Had a lot in my mind tonight. Handcuffs help me think. Lockpicking part especially. The cuffs force me to confront the issue. Work out a solution. That's sort of meditative. And if he pauses for a bit, I decide that my roommate is a little strange. What was our first clue? Wanna give it a try? You know what? Why not? I'm a little delirious and wanting to try anything at this point. But wait, you're still trapped in there. Not for long. I'll solve both issues. Anthony is true to his word. Within seconds, he frees himself from the cuffs. He gets up from the chair and gestures towards it. Your turn. As Anthony fastens the handcuffs to my wrist, the gravity of what I just agreed to hits me like a semi-truck. A wave of unadulterated panic washes over me. And the semi-truck is definitely not truck-coon to make us get easy-guide. So the first thing you gonna want to do is not panic. You're going all bug-eyed, dummy. Try not to do that. I'm feeling lightheaded again. Actually, Anthony, I think I'm gonna head back to the bed and try listening to one of those 10-hour thunderstorm videos. Don't be baby. You'll be fine. Here's your lockpick. Is this a paperclip? I guess our MC has not played Fallout. Or Skyrim. You're a real genius, Wyan. You'll break that in no time. He pulls out her chair in the dorm and sits down right behind me. Free for an opening at the top of the cuff. Stick the pen in there and skim it around. That's it? You're not gonna walk me through this? I can explain the mechanics to you. Sure, but it won't help. Trust your instincts. All you gotta do is listen to how the lock mechanism responds to what you're doing. Try what the lock gives you and adjust your technique accordingly. Or you could do the loop on the third way and have triple joints. I can feel the chill of goosebumps behind my neck. Every lock is slightly different, so there isn't one catch-all solution to all. I can tell you, it's different every time. So you have to learn to solve the puzzle by filling it out. I got no choice but to do as Anthony says. The task proves more difficult than it needs to be because my hands won't stop shaking. Mine would keep shaking to begin with. Anthony places his hands on top of mine. Breathe. Try the lax. You're not in the lush. You got your lock pick ready. Now try different angles until you feel a shift in the lock. For a short while, the two of us sit in silence and fiddle with the lock. What are you doing now? Thinking about? You're working for whatever's keeping you up, right? Kind of. It's hard to take my attention off the lock. Makes sense. You're a beginner. Tell me about it while you work. I can't bring myself to bring the truth up, but if the man wants to rant, he shall receive. Now, there's a guy in my evening class. We're grouped up together for a lab, and he just won't do any work. It's super frustrating because he knows that I care enough about my grade to cover for him, so that he doesn't drag me down with him. The guy's a leech, and all his name brand clothes he thinks to show off are dupes. And all his name brand clothes he likes to show off are dupes. Something middle drops on the floor. Well, you did it. Congratulations, Wyan. You picked your first lock. Holy, I picked a lock? I picked a lock off a pair of handcuffs with a paperclip. I can't contain my enthusiasm. I sprang off the floor in excitement. Anthony's grip is as big as I ever seen it. Grin is as big as I ever seen it. Shame we couldn't solve your leech problem. Who cares about him? I don't want to spend any more time thinking about it. I do want to think about how cool that just was. And I think waves more praise on me, and eventually both retire to our rooms. For a while, I'm too tired to even think about sleep. But for once a winter's high wears off, I finally drift off. It was amazing what a good night of sleep can do for a person. I definitely need that after everything that happened the past few days. I also need the mug of coffee Anthony left me in the kitchen counter. The eggs and bacon are a nice touch too. Additionally, the fact that the two sunny side up eggs and pieces of bacon formed a dopey smiley face sealed the morning as one of the greats. My roommate also left me a little note reminding me that skipping breakfast is bad. I tossed a little tidbit into the trash and before heading out to class. Days slate of classes are nothing to write home about. Not too boring, but nothing spectacular either. With classes out of the way, I begin making my way towards a to retreat to my green oasis in the park. En route, I spot the guy I dubbed the leech last night. We make eye contact, and my stomach sinks as he bounds over to me. You, Art Schalt. We gotta talk. There's a million things I'd rather be doing, is what I want to say. What actually comes out is, oh shoot, I guess? The leech's eyes rapidly scan our surroundings. If I didn't know him, I'd think he was nervous. Wait a second. Oh no, there's no way he's not gonna. I'll split the stupid lab assignment with you, okay? I think my lucky star is that the worst case scenario didn't just play out. But wait, what did he just say? He what? You're deaf now? I said I would help you and stuff. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, message received. Good. Now go tell your little bicycle boyfriend to lay off me, got it? Bicycle boyfriend? Oh, that's my roommate. The leech rolls his eyes and smacks his tongue against the roof of his mouth. Man, I frickin' did what he told me to do. I don't gotta deal with your brain damage. I'll see you in class. We got a truce there now. I can only watch as the leech stomps away. Why is everyone being weird around me? Apparently I said the last part out loud as I get a response. A mail from the cat I befriended yesterday. I give her, because it was her, I give her a few good pets before sitting down my backpack to fetch something special treat for the girl, for my sweet girl. I made sure to prep a little bag of dried fruits last night, just in case I ever run into my park buddy again. She gobbles on the fruit, stuffing the last few pieces into her mouth before scrambling off. I'm taking her with me. As I finish up a homework assignment in the park, my phone buzzes. A text from Anthony. He asked me to meet him in the quad. Easy enough. The park isn't too far away from the quad anyway. A few minutes later, there I am, waiting from the curb of the road leading into the campus. I hear it before I see it, as a most painfully loud rumbling gets closer and closer, as the owner of the sound finally comes into view. A motorcycle pulls up next to me, midnight black and twinkling. The rider's face is scared by a helmet, opens a compartment on the bike and offers me a near identical helmet. I motion to the rider to take off his helmet. This is definitely Anthony. I don't know anyone else who dresses like the man in front of me, but we need to have a chat first. The rider does as asked, gingerly removing the helmet and scaring his face. Hey, you showed up for a little ride around. Up for a little ride around town? Nice bike, and maybe I am. On one of the first things I brought and paid for on my own dime, a real mechanical masterwork. Maybe is a yes. Correct. So I take it you're the one we each call my bicycle boyfriend? Anthony's brows shoot straight up as his eyes widen. It takes him a beat to utter the word he clearly confused by. Boyfriend? That's what he said. That one got a colorful vocabulary, that's for sure. So you talked to him. Got him to magically change his mind about being, well, a leech. Yeah, pretty much. I ran into him, got mad, said my piece, and he understood me perfectly. Well, he probably was fighting with with a pew. Right, you know what? I won't ask. Thanks for having my back. Whatever you said to him really worked. I owed you a solution to your problem, didn't I? Just falling through. He pauses, looking over his shoulder, and what I wanted to say is bashfulness, but it was hard to tell with Anthony. Great, Sappy's time over. Now, can you grab onto my back and throw this helmet on? The two of us race around town on Anthony's motorbike. Holding his wrist tightly, I crane my head to the side to watch the buildings pass by in a blur. We seem to be gaining elevation. Anthony's pressure on the gas pedal steadily increases, forcing me to hold on tighter. Anthony's solid. I can feel the way his core muscles flex to hold him steady on the bike. It's a little dizzying. I'm saved as the motorcycle finally comes to a halt. I hop off the bike, eager to put a bit of distance between us for a second. We arrive at a cliff edge overlooking the college town below. You can see our campus clearly from here, too. And we sit down in some grass laying back against the bike, his feet dangling over the overlook. I join him, sitting cross-legged, so I don't actually take a tumble down the large hill. See that building next to the old admin office? That's a window. 2 of them. Really. 3 floors up, 5 away from the leftmost one. He pauses. The light's on. She's home. My sister, Eleanor. She worries about me. I don't know how to assure her. I try to give her space, let her do her job, but I worry too. She tells me not to, but I can't help it. I come up here to worry. We eat dinner together sometimes. I stay with her when she cries in her room. Sometimes I wait for her to turn off the lights and tuck in for the night. Out here, I can be my sensory. Makes sure she's safe. He shakes his head, trying to slouch off his ribbon. Sorry I brought you here, so you could enjoy the view. It's fine, Anthony. You're fine. I could keep you company for a while you worry. We sit like this for until the sun fully retreats from the horizon. I don't know what to make from the evening, but I feel closer to Anthony. I think he feels more comfortable with me, too. We get back to our dorm wait, each of us heading off to our own dens of respite. I flop onto my bed, pop in my headphones, and play some music. My jam is interrupted by a sound of the front door clicking open. I jump out of my bed. Anthony's mentioned going grocery run soon. There's some stuff I want to add to our list. I trip over myself trying to hustle to the door to catch my roommate in time. Anthony, are you heading out? Grocery run? It's late. Grocery store's closed. I got a meeting with my study group. Don't wake up or anything. You know how these sessions can drag on. I'll try to be more quiet when I come back. Sure, have fun. Hope your brain doesn't explode. Faint smile, just the smallest turn of his lips. Thanks. At that, Anthony leaves the dorm. I decide to chill in my living room when I realize I forgot to pick up a package in the mail room in the first floor. I throw on some sweats from the journey, and there's one small issue. The door's stuck and won't open. The locks are on, yet it feels like there's a lock holding the door shut. This is crazy. Am I stuck here? Is Anthony gonna be able to get in? Get me out? After pacing around the common area, I decide to kill some time by watching some mindless late night TV. Anthony's gonna be coming back home soon, right? And that was Anthony's route in Knee Deep, or the demo. If you like my content, please consider subscribing and liking the video, comment down below, and we'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys next time.